My father came to the United States from Japan, my mother came from Germany, and I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in New York during World War II. My father was Shinto, my mother was a freethinker, and I was baptized Lutheran. My father spoke Japanese to his friends and English to me. My mother spoke German to me and taught me to read and write the German script. When we were all together, we spoke English. On Saturday mornings, I went to the Buddhist temple down the street to learn to read and write Japanese. My earliest memories from when I was about 2. My parents were bragging to some friends that I could tell the difference between Japanese, German, and English writing, and sent me to get a German newspaper from the hallway. I remember thinking, I couldn't talk yet, what's the big deal? The differences were pretty obvious. When Hitler came to power and Jewish grandparents fled Germany, I was sometimes called upon to translate their Yiddish, which is very close to German, into English so they could communicate to their grandchildren. That's the way it went. Our home was a little trilingual, tricultural community with very blurred lines. My Japanese father loved steak, my German mother loved sashimi, raw fish, and I loved having my mother's strudel one day and my aunt's sushi the next. In 1942, a year after World War II started, when I was 14, I decided to get a job so nobody could tell me what to do. I figured my parents would have to let me sleep and eat there, but if I paid for everything else myself, I could do what I wanted. Read left-wing newspapers and wear makeup, both of which my mother absolutely forbade, but it was way too late for that. I knew I could never get a job if I said I was Japanese and German. Those were the bad old days when you had to put down your nationality and religion on job applications. So I decided to say I was Russian. Russia was a big country stretching from Europe to Asia, and my name, Masa Aiba, could be anything. Imagine my surprise when I was hired and the forewoman said to me, "Come on, let me introduce you to the Russian women," who greeted me with open arms and cries of Mashenka. That was an embarrassing moment. My Japanese father taught me to never give up on my dreams. His impossible dream of coming to America and finally achieving it at age 15 as a cabin boy on a sailing ship sailing around Cape Horn was a constant inspiration to go after whatever I wanted. My German mother had equal determination. Once my mother went to City Hall to get a property tax refund. She spent the whole day there, insisting they give her what she was owed and refusing to leave until she got it. It was a huge lesson to me. Don't leave until you get what you came for. I applied at once when demanding my money from a mafia boss, and years later, after enrolling in graduate school at age 55, I was advised to give up on taking the psychology licensing exam because at, quote, my age, I probably couldn't pass it. I exploded in rage and vowed that I would do whatever it took. On my 60th birthday, I got my license as a clinical psychologist. I'm very grateful for the example of my parents and my multi-ethnic, multi-everything upbringing that gave me so many choices and let me figure out my own beliefs or even hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time. Living in the middle of Manhattan, being an art major and skipping school my senior year to hang out in Greenwich Village and artist studios, sneaking into Carnegie Hall, going to the Apollo up in Harlem, making friends with girls from Harlem, Chinatown, Brooklyn, the Bronx, all over New York were great experiences. Those experiences are still alive in me today and still fueling my passions.